we just had a massive exchange hacked. It was hacked for 9 figures, and it's really interesting what they did. They did not do this to steal the money. They did this to send a message. We also have Trump talking about crypto. He just said no one is going to do it better. He wants something ASAP. We'll talk about that, along with another massive buy happening from IBIT. And I think a lot of people are missing how important this is to BlackRock, that IBIT goes well and that Bitcoin's price goes up. If you don't mind, hit subscribe so you can see future videos just like this. If you want to trade crypto, there are links underneath the video. You can check out Bydfi. You can start trading in just a few minutes. And now they have access to be able to link to your bank account if you want to give them access to that, which means that you can cash out directly into your bank. You can add money directly from your bank, which is awesome. Also, they do have proof of reserves on their website, and they have a special bonus going on right now. So when you sign up with my link, you get that normal $8,100 up to $8,100 bonus. And then also there's some special there's a special trading competition where you can get up to the value of like a Louis Vuitton backpack or a Rolex. So check that out underneath the video. You can start trading like I said, just in a few minutes, and you can actually trade with crypto as collateral. So you don't have to just use stablecoin as your collateral. You can trade Bitcoin with Bitcoin, and then you get rewarded in Bitcoin, which is awesome. And you can do that with XRP and Solana, etc. Now, let's start here. Iran's biggest crypto exchange just got hacked. They stole about $90 million, but they didn't take the money. They actually burned it, which is fascinating. Over $90 million was drained from NOBITUNIX, Iran's largest exchange with 6 million plus users, but instead of laundering it, they just sent the funds to a vanity burner address, like a well-known burner address. The Israel-linked hacker group Predatory Sparrow claims NOBITUNIX helps fund Iran's military and violates sanctions. They say working at NOBITUNIX is considered valid military service. So this is kind of fascinating. So Israel hacker group just burned a bunch of money, basically took this away from the military and this exchange. Just a good way to remember that not your key is not your crypto. Now, there are necessary evils, like I like using exchanges to trade crypto, but I'm not storing a bunch of my cold storage crypto on these exchanges, right? I don't have crypto just sitting on these exchanges. It's being used for trades. So just a good reminder, take the majority of your crypto off exchanges. Everything that you're not going to trade with, take off exchanges. Trump just posted the Senate passed an incredible bill that's going to make America the undisputed leader in digital assets. No one will do it better. It is pure genius. He's talking about the Genius Bill, Genius Act. Digital assets are the future, and our nation is going to own it. We are talking about massive investment and big innovation. The House will hopefully move lightning fast and pass a clean genius action. Get to my desk ASAP, no delays, no add-ons. This is American brilliance at its best, and we're going to show the world how to win with digital assets like never before. I made a video just a few days ago talking about how the US could win even without having to necessarily invest directly into Bitcoin. If they just get their constituents, their citizens to buy Bitcoin, they can make a ton of money from this, assuming the investment goes well. They don't necessarily have to buy it directly. Now, obviously, they want stablecoins to be massive because this continues the dollar dominance. The dollar will be passed around, and there will be less capital controls in other countries if they're stablecoins. They're more prominent. So we actually, in my last video, I showed what Secretary Scott Bessent was saying about stablecoins, how he thinks that the U.S., if stablecoins do well, the U.S. will have some significant buyers of their treasuries. And we're already seeing that now with Tether being one of the largest possible buyers, like top 15 biggest buyers of treasuries right now. And this has been in a time where like the president of the US has been actively fighting against stablecoins and crypto over the last 4 years. But of course, Trump has kind of flipped the script on that. So again, just Trump posting very positively about crypto, wanting to be the leader in the space. I don't know how anyone could see this as a negative for the crypto market, just the present backing the crypto market. Of course, the largest asset institutions continue to buy. We have FBTC with a $104 million day. This is after a pretty big outflow yesterday. Then IBIT with a $279 million day. Another just about 2,700 Bitcoin. They just have bought so much. I don't think they've had a negative outflow in like a month and a half or 2 months. Right now, with 683,000 Bitcoin at 104,500, and with their 0.25% fee, they're making around $178 million a year in fees, in annual fees. So after 1 year and a couple months, this ETF will account for nearly 1% of the revenue, which might not sound like a lot, but this is from one ETF after 1 year. And keep in mind, they can actually make more money from this ETF than what we're showing right here. If they put this in another ETF and it gives a better performance to that other ETF, like let's say a global allocation fund, they're charging fees in that ETF of maybe 0.85%. If their AUM goes up because of Bitcoin, that can actually cause their fees to go up significantly, and they're kind of double dipping on fees, right? They're getting the Bitcoin ETF fee and they're getting the global allocation fund fee. So I'm guessing they're going to make a lot more than whatever they show here, and there may be some other ways that they can make money on the back end too. Of course, there are some costs to running the ETF, but this is blown up in such a positive way for them. If Bitcoin goes up 50% this year, let's say it goes up to 150,000, their fees then go up to 256 million. And keep in mind, this is continuous, right? Let's say Bitcoin goes up to $1 million. They go to nearly $2 billion in fees, 1.7 billion. This is very high margin too. So yes, they want Bitcoin to do really well. They want the price to continue going up. Of course, we'll have to continue to watch. And this is without them getting any more Bitcoin. Let's say they get up to 1 million Bitcoin. 1 million Bitcoin at $1 million, that's a fat payday of $2.5 billion. Let me know your thoughts on all this underneath the video. Of course, all these banks and financial institutions are trying to get into stablecoins too. So they're going to make a lot of money from crypto. Crypto is the future, and I think it will be used a lot in the future. If you want to trade crypto, of course, this has been kind of a boring time the last few days, but if you want to trade crypto, it's tradable on Bydfi. Tomorrow is Juneteenth, which the market is closed for, the stock market's closed, but crypto is traded 24/7, baby. Check this out underneath the video. You can check out Bydfi and BTCC, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.